Hey everyone, this is AJ with the Bellingham Podcast. If you're listening to this right now, you're probably wondering, hey, where's Chris? Well, you may remember in episode 101, so just for a little bit of housekeeping, if I sound a little bit nasally, do not adjust your podcast station. I have a head cold, courtesy of my wife.
There you go. And normally we record about 3 feet away from each other, but now due to AJ's germs, I'm now 8 feet away from him because I don't want to get no holiday cold.
So yeah, here's some Purell for you, Chris, and let's get into this. Well, apparently it wasn't enough Purell and it wasn't far enough. Unfortunately, Chris can't be with me today because he's sick right before the holiday, and we did have an episode planned. However, because of illness, we're not going to be able to record it. So if you're looking for that sultry, baritone, minimalist podcast partner in crime, expect him back bright-eyed and bushy-tailed next week after the holiday season. But before I let you go, I just wanted to, in traditional Bellingham podcast fashion during these station breaks that we do, I wanted to throw out a couple of recommendations. The first thing is remember that episode 101 is actually season 5, if you can believe it, of the Bellingham podcast. And Chris and I go back to our roots. And we, in that episode, we talk a little bit about the Red Bar Crew, specifically the YVR edition. That's Vancouver, Canada, if you're playing along by Airport Country Code. As well as just talking about the gear that we've been acquiring and purging in our life. Be sure to check out that episode. It's been a popular one, so to all of our new listeners and subscribers, thank you so much again for tuning into the Bellingham Podcast. And right before that episode 100, that's right, you heard me right, 100 episodes with your two gear-loving, watch-toting, minimalist diving, Pacific Northwest aficionados. We had a very special guest for our 100th episode, and we couldn't have been happier. We had the mayor of Bellingham, Kelly Linville, on the show. Be sure to take a listen to that episode, even if you're not a local. It's really cool hearing from a public figure and just kind of listening to from the other side of that life. So be sure to take a listen to episode 100. Beyond that, during your holiday season, Chris and I both hope that you are happy, healthy, and enjoying whatever you're doing, wherever you are for Thanksgiving. Maybe you're surfing the interwebs and you're thinking to yourself, what should I be looking at? Well, be sure that if you haven't already to take a look at Chris Powell's Instagram. That's right. That would be Instagram.com/minimaltech, MNMLTEK. He's so minimal. Of course, he doesn't like vowels. Be sure to take a look at it. He's got a new series that he's doing, which is a whole bunch of inspirational quotes with a little bit of a twist. So be sure to take a look at that if you haven't subscribed to him on Instagram. I do. So should you. You could also find me on Instagram. That's Instagram.com/AJBarce. Also, right now, I am doing a brand new publication for my photography, and it's called the Analogue Explorer. The Analogue Explorer is a 20-page premium printed magazine, and right now I'm doing a pre-order for what's called the Skookum Edition, a signed and limited numbered first printing of the magazine. And if you go to theanalogueexplorer.com, it'll take you straight to the store so that you can pre-order it. In it, I talk about Pacific Northwest culture, a little bit of travel, a little bit of watches, and a little bit about pretty much it's me. Started off as my manifesto towards looking at the analog life, kind of just shifting perspective of what's important. And I kind of believe that when it comes to photography, it's an alchemy of time and light. So of course, horology kind of weaves its way through, but in a kind of more of a unique way. So if you're interested in anything that you've seen in my photography or you wish to support me, be sure to take a look at theanalogueexplorer.com and pre-order if you want to get one of the signed and limited number editions. And if you're in the Bellingham area, you can choose to do local pickup. What that will mean is that on December 2nd, I will be having an Analogue Explorer meetup. So if that interests you, take a look at that. That wraps up for this edition of the Bellingham Podcast Station Break. Thank you again so much for listening to us, rating us, reviewing us, wherever you like to get our podcasts. That could be in iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, or even Spreaker and Spotify. So we thank you so much for everybody who subscribes. And again, from the city by the Salish Sea, I am AJ Barce. And if Chris was here, he would say that I'm Chris Powell. Hey, Chris, I hope you're feeling better. We'll see you all on episode 102.